All good. Just surprised.
What's up, y'all? It's Pokey Professor Will here, and today I'm on my first session on the new Endless 100 Ultra frames. I've skated these 2 different days for about 2 hours total up to this point, and so far I am having a blast. These are the first 4x100 setup that I've ridden, and I was really surprised on how natural they felt as soon as I got on them. I really thought that I'd feel taller than I do on them. To give you an idea of the frames that I'm used to, I've been riding the Endless 90s, the Endless Arc frames, the Endless Arc CS, and lately the Endless Swans at the skate park. So all of those are a little bit lower to the ground than the 4x100s, but the 4x100s just, they don't feel too tall to me. Another thing, I thought the 101 millimeter pivot spacing would feel a little bit sluggish compared to all the other frames that I'm used to with lower pivot spacing, but these frames are really quite maneuverable. I'm able to get really deep on the carves, I think because of the ride height and also just the maneuverability of the frame. They're really fast because of the large wheels, and they're really, really responsive. They go where you want them to go, and I'm assuming that's because of the increased stiffness of the Ultra series from Endless. They're pretty long. They have a 403 millimeter effective frame length and a 303 millimeter wheelbase. But I wasn't really worried about the length because I do skate on the Endless Arcs, which have a 400 millimeter effective frame length with the 84 millimeter wheels and a 316 millimeter wheelbase. So I've only had one frame clip where you clip your wheels, you know, on like a crossover on the 4x100. So in 2 hours, that's really not that bad at all. They feel really good on jumps. They feel good rolling down the ramps. They feel really good for wizard skating, and I'm still kind of a beginner on the wizard skating, but I've gotten quite a bit better at it since my last video on the arc frames. But anyways, I'm riding these frames, the 4x100s, on a UFR boot. The size is a 40 or Shell 7. My friend Elimist, he asked, or Elimist, I need to ask how to pronounce that. He asked if the raised heel of the frame plus the UFR boot, because the UFR boot is kind of a raised heel boot, it's not a traditional flat UFR boot. And the Endless 100 has a slight heel raise in the back for flat boots. But he asked if the combo of the raised heel and the UFR boot was too much in the heel, and I really don't think so. But I honestly don't have anything to compare that to because I've never ridden like the Seba CJs or the SX or the FR base high, which these frames are more meant for. They feel great on the UFRs, honestly, to me. So, and I'm loving them so far. I can't wait to practice more wizarding skills on these frames in conjunction with the arc frames as well. So, but I think that's it. These are just my first impressions, so I'm going to continue to ride on the frames, and if you guys have any questions or comments, I would really love to hear them. Other than that, we're just going to get back to skating, so we'll see ya. If you're wondering why my frames are so reflective, I added a vinyl wrap to them, as I've done to a couple of my other frames, but I originally ordered these in midnight blue.